Hi friends, in this session we are going to discuss the network types. The question it has to be asked like this: with a neat diagram, explain local area network and wide area network for 8 marks. So whenever this type of question it has been asked in the examination, we need to write about the diagram as well as the examples, explanations, advantages and disadvantages. So first of all, LAN, that is going to nothing but local area network. A LAN is a network that connects computer and device within a small geographical area such as home, office or campus. So which will be having some limitation, distance limitations within a campus or within a home or within a office, we can able to use the local area networks. And then some of the characteristics we will go through. It will covers a limited area. So just now we are told that it is going to limit it to the home, office or campus. And then the second characteristics that high data transfer rates up to 10 Gbps, typically owned and managed by a single organization. So if you consider home, office or campus, it has been a single organization, it has to be utilized the local area network. If you look onto the diagrammatic representation of a LAN, so here we will be having the basic cable are present, and then from that we are going to utilizing the 8 hosts or maybe what the sub hosts are present, 8 number. So with out of this we can able to connect onto the n number of the host within a limited distance. So and then second important aspect is that by means of bus topology we can able to connect serially, but whenever it has been break or maybe the problem with respect to the one or two host, the remaining nodes it is not at all reachable. So for that the best solution is that we can use the switch. So out of switch we can able to get connected to the 4, 8, 16, 32 like that host we can able to connect it. So in this diagram we can see that the switch it can be connected to the 8 host. So whatever the systems it has been showing under the host, and then the switch it will be indicated here, and then there is a tap. So whatever the drop down connections are present, that we are call it as tap or maybe cable tap. And then at the both end we are going to utilizing a cable end. And then there are two links are present. So one it is a small line and then thick line. Small line it is going to indicate a connection between a switch and the host, and then thick line it is going to indicating a common cable. So next we need to see about the LAN setup. Common cable connection. In the past all hosts within a LAN were connected by a single common cable. So whatever the first method we have discussed, so that it is going to discuss the common cable connection. Packet transmission. When one host send a packet to another, it was broadcast to the all the hosts and the network. And then second thing is that packet filtering. The intent recipient would accept the packet while all other hosts would drop it. So some of the drawbacks. This method created a significant network congestion as every packet was visible to the all hosts, even when they were not the intended recipient. So that is outdated. So for that we need to move on to the modern LAN setup. So here we are going to make use of switch based LAN. Most LAN uses smart switches to handle the packet delivery. So in the second diagram we have discussed the modern LAN setup. We will utilize the switch. So from that we can able to connect onto the n number of hosts. So address recognition. A switch it is intelligent enough to recognize the destination address of each packet. Whatever the switches or maybe routers or gateways are present, which will be having the address or maybe we can say it as IP address. Selective packet forwarding. Instead of broadcasting a packet to the all host, the switch sends the packet directly to the destination. So instead of forwarding all the packets to the destination, so only it is going to deliver the selected packets to the destination. And then when it comes to the benefits, reduced traffic, simultaneous communications. So these are the two benefits when we utilize the switch-based LAN. So next, LAN capacity. The flexibility in terms of LAN does not specify any constraint on the number of hosts. So here, as I told that we will be multiples of 4, 8, 16 or maybe 32 or maybe 64 number of hosts we can be connected by makers of switches. So next second component is that wide area network, because LAN is restricted to the only limited distance. If you want to require extend the distance limitations, we need to go for a MAN or maybe WAN. So a WAN covers a large geographical area such as city, country or even globally. So within this the WAN we will not get any distance limitation. So here we are going to connect a city or maybe country or even globally we can able to connect it by makers of WAN. And then out of that, within that WAN we will be having several MAN as well as the LANs are present. So next when we see about the characteristics, slower data transfer rate than the LAN. Because it is a globally connected, then obviously we will get what slower data rates. Often managed by multiple entities, ISPs or big governments, Internet Service Provider. It is a short form of ISP, which is going to utilize the routers and public or maybe private communication links. So examples, the internet itself, it is a WAN, private networks connecting different company branches. If we take globally, within that we will be having several private networks are present, public networks are present, and then several WANs are present. So this diagram, it is going to indicating a point-to-point WAN. So here from one country to the another country or maybe one city to the another city, we will be having the dedicated connectivities are present. So in this, the whatever the two legends we can use it. So one, it is a connecting device and then connecting medium. A point-to-point WAN is a network that connects two communication devices directly via the transmission medium, such as cables or maybe wireless links. So when it comes to the network, we will utilize the two different connectivity. One, it is a wired connectivity and then wireless connectivity. This type of network allows the data transmission between the two endpoints, ensuring that dedicated and private communication links it will be utilized. So just I have told that the cable examples include optical fiber cable, coaxial cable, twisted pair cable. And then second, it is that wireless air, which will use the transmission medium, wireless link like microwave or satellite communication. Advantages, dedicated lines and then security. When it comes to the wired network, we can have the security or dedicated line or maybe connectivity which will be present. With respect to the security, limited exposure to the external devices reduces the risk of unauthorized access. So these things we need to explain with respect to the point-to-point WAN. So next comes to the switched WAN. A switched wide area network is a network infrastructure with multiple endpoints that are interconnected. Unlike traditional point-to-point WAN, which only connects two endpoints, a switched WAN which is allowed for a dynamic routing between several nodes through the switches. But in some cases or in a situation, only point-to-point WAN is not sufficient. We can have multiple switches which will be able to get connected to the several WANs. So then obviously we need to go for a switched WAN. Role in global communication. Switched WAN are fundamental in the backbone of modern global communication system. which is going to facilitating the data transfer across a vast geographical areas. If you observe this switched WAN, we can able to understand so several network which will be get connected through the wide area network. So here there are four different regions are present which will be connected to the different networks. A switched WAN is scalable and can connect many endpoints. So this, if you observe this diagram, we can able to understand how many endpoints which will be get connected. The switches in the network are responsible for choosing the best path for a data travel. So in case any one switch it has been fails, so it will reach onto the destination via other switches. It is commonly used in large scale high traffic network like internet. So with the help of this diagram we need to explain all those things. Thank you.